Joining us now, the chairman of House Ways and Means. He's Congressman Jason Smith. Congressman, it's good to have you back on the show. It's good to see you again. Okay, the impeachment inquiry into President Biden. What new evidence is it uncovering? Because you guys are getting a lot of pushback on this.
The reason why, Liz, we moved towards an official vote last week for an impeachment inquiry is because every witness that we were calling in, we had the administration blocking them from testifying on numerous occasions, numerous documents that we have requested from the administration they have not provided because they felt like that we weren't in a true impeachment inquiry and we needed official vote. That's in fact what we did. We had an official vote last week, 221 Republicans. Every Republican voted for it. Now, hopefully, this administration will be responsive because there's numerous individuals that we need to have come before Congress and answer questions that we have before to be presented. And also there's numerous documents, including tax records that we need to be looking at.
Okay, talk to us about the tax records because, you know, House Oversight Chair James Comer tweeted the evidence is overwhelming. Joe Biden benefited from his family business schemes. What tax records are you seeing here?
Well, what we need to look at, you know, the president publicly released tax records. However, he didn't release all of them. That may surprise some of the viewers, but he did not release all of them. Yet Chairman Comer has released several checks, in fact, that went from James Biden to Joe Biden. In fact, one was $200,000. It said it was for a loan repayment. Another one was $40,000, said it was for a loan repayment. But guess what? On the public tax records that Joe Biden has publicly released, there's no indication that he received any interest income on any loans that he provided someone. So we need the documentations of whether those are valid and true loans or if actually that was just funneling money to President Biden. There's numerous things we're going to be looking into, but that is an example within the tax records that we need to get down to the details on.
I mean, we've got, you know, IRS whistleblowers saying they didn't see any loan documents, right? In testimony, they said that. We have these reports, you know, GOP critics pointing out the president demands everyone, quote, pay their fair share in taxes, but he, his son, and daughter avoided taxes. You know, the president had set up an LLC to avoid payroll taxes and Medicare taxes on his speech and book income. So when you see what the Biden family has been doing, it's not just, you know, the president making these moves, Hunter Biden evading taxes. It goes down the list through multiple family members. When you see what is happening, when you hear the media saying there's no smoking gun that the House impeachment inquiry has uncovered, that the president personally profited from these Biden family overseas business deals, what's your reaction to that? Because people are saying, okay, show us what you got.
Liz, if it wasn't for the two brave IRS whistleblowers that came before the House Ways and Means Committee back in May, and we publicly released their 15 hours of depositions, they highlighted numerous examples of where there's a two-tier justice system. In fact, you're treated one way if you're a regular citizen, and you're treated another way if your last name happens to end in Biden. And they highlighted numerous examples of where Biden's Justice Department basically stalled the investigation into Hunter Biden. And you know what happened just a couple weeks ago, Liz? Whenever the California indictments, the 9 different indictments on Hunter Biden, that confirmed everything that those IRS whistleblowers suggested that Hunter Biden should have been charged with years earlier.
But how did the president personally profit? Are you guys going to look into White House visitor logs to see if there's a quid pro quo where, you know, there was payments going into Hunter Biden's shell companies or James Biden's LLCs, and then payments went to the president, and then he met with individuals who wanted access to the White House? Are you looking at White House visitor logs here?
We're looking at everything, including visitor logs. Liz, what we do know is that, according to the IRS whistleblowers, is that Hunter Biden and James Biden was selling the family brand all over the world to foreign entities. And in fact, the family brand was access to Joe Biden. And you saw more than $24 million that have came into 20 plus different LLCs that has shifted from one family member to another. We're looking at every details, and hopefully this administration will be cooperative now since we have an official impeachment inquiry.
So, you know, these, for example, China's CEFC, its big oil conglomerate, it's now defunct. It was wiring money into James Biden's Lion Hall LLC, reportedly. And then do you guys see money going out of these shells toward the president?
We've, for example, if you remember the WhatsApp message that the IRS whistleblowers highlighted that was from Hunter Biden to a Chinese official, and it said, "I'm sitting right next to my father. We're waiting for your response." Well, it just so happens millions of dollars went into one of those LLCs right after that in just a couple weeks. And it funneled through multiple LLCs, which ultimately led to James Biden. And James Biden happened to write a $40,000 check to Joe Biden and said it was for a loan payment.
So you guys are getting the bank records for the 20 shell companies, too. Is that it?
Yes, James Comer has been in charge at the Oversight Committee in regards to the banking records, and they have been pulling them with as many shell corporations or shell LLCs and companies that they could find information on.
Okay, Chairman Smith, thanks for joining us tonight. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you, Liz.